or it's your
नमस्ते
good
गुप्ता
night.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते गणेश जी।
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते
जी
नमस्ते गणेश भैया नमस्ते सभी को
नमस्ते 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 सभी को
नमस्ते नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते
नमस्ते
गणेश।
नमस्ते
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 गणेश जी। आई एम
नमस्ते
रंगनाथ।
नमस्ते yes Ranganathan ji, I can see your name also.
हाउ आर यू सर?
Yes, I'm fine. Yesterday you the sharing your name
यस सर।
had come and
यस।
yes, you are doing lot of work there.
यस आई डू मोर सर, आई डू मोर।
Yes, it is nice, that every
यस
one of us has got the choice, work of our choice.
यस यस सर, यस सर।
Yeah. Very nice. Yes, Ranganathan ji is there, Ajita is there, Akash is there, Ravi Shankar ji is there. From where? Duda Swami Ravi Shankar. Anupam Day I recognize Ilaji, Gopal Babu, Lita Ramachandran. No, pranam.
नमस्ते सर,
Gita.
रविशंकर here.
Namaste, sir.
Yes,
Anupam
yes.
here.
Where are you
Pranam, sir.
from, Ravi Shankar?
Sir,
Pranam.
I am from Mysore, Karnataka,
Karnataka.
ASS University.
Okay. Very nice. We haven't met
Namaste,
before.
sir.
No, sir,
Yes.
not yet.
Anupam
We
Dey,
have to meet.
Garima ji, yes, we have met. Gopal Babu, Lalita ji, Lipika Mitra ji, Manisha ji. Then NCC IP Southwestern region, somebody. Prashant, yes. Ranganath ji, Pranav. Pranav Adhikari. From where?
From AKGC, Ghaziabad. भैया
अच्छा, प्रणव अधिकारी.
जी भैया
अच्छा.
A new active member Ganesh ji.
हाँ. Yeah. Ishrat ji is there, Shanmugha Priya is there, Srija, yes. S.R. Supraja, Pankaj Kumar. This Dr. Pankaj Kumar is from where?
जी प्रणाम सर, मैं झारखंड से।
अच्छा अच्छा, आप जमशेदपुर से
जमशेदपुर।
ना? जी जी.
जी प्रणाम।
प्रणाम प्रणाम. रविंद्र राउत जी, राजेंद्र खरे जी,
Sir, pranam.
दीपेश जी, जयप्रकाश जी, प्रणाम प्रणाम. देवेश जी, वंचना सिंह, विलास वालुकर, and Mahesh Kore ji. Yes. So 2 people new. Okay.
Nice Ganesh ji. So first order of the day is to welcome all the lead volunteers.
Yes.
So we have Tara Prasanna ji is not able to come. He has some program. Devesh is here. Banisha ji.
Okay.
Banisha ji, are you there? No, she's not there. Okay, Akash is there. Then Suprajadi is there. Gaurav. Gaurav
No,
is
is not there.
not there. Then Mahesh Gupta ji. He has amazing capability to do organizing things, So he's very, he's, he's like Hanuman ji.
Yes.
Then Supraja ji is there. Gopal Babu ji is there, local hosts. Then Rathor ji, Aditya, Akash is there from the tech team, so he can represent. Then Sunanda ji is there. Sunanda ji is not there. But Ilaji is there, she can represent. Then Ishrat ji is there.
Namaste, Rajesh.
Namaste, Ishrat ji. You are the two leads, no? Ilaji and you. Very important. Then
Ila Didi, I'm back up, भैया.
नहीं,
सब काम तो Ila.
both are required to also. Yeah. So Manisha Gupta ji. Okay. Then you have Ilaji Mirunalini ji. Mirunalini ji is don't see Mirunalini ji joined yet. She'll be joining. Yeah. Vanchana, she must be making her presentation, I think. Mirunalini ji. Then Vanchana ji.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ 30 40 50 60 699 700 rupees per SFT.
Okay, then Vanchana ji.
नमस्ते भैया.
Namaste Vanchana ji. Then Dipesh ji, Mahesh Kore ji. Supraja ji is there.
Dipesh ji is there, Mahesh Kore ji is there. Yes.
Then Rajkumari ji. She is not joined, I think. It's okay. Then Sangeeta ji, Soumya ji, Lalita ji.
नमस्ते भैया.
Namaste Sangeeta ji. And then we have Manishi ji is there and Upasana ji.
जी नमस्ते भैया. नमस्ते सभी को.
Namaste. Manishi ji is in hospital, I think. She was not well.
जी भैया.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. It's nice to see you and all the guides. I won't ask for the names and all, but guides. But is Vijayashri ji is here? Vijayashri ji is there, yes. Vijayashri ji, namaste.
नमस्ते भैया. नमस्ते to all.
Namaste. Yeah, so Sharmila ji is here. You want to say something?
नमस्ते. नमस्ते everyone. नमस्ते गणेश जी.
Namaste.
Yeah. Kumar is there?
जी भैया, आई एम हियर. नमस्ते.
Namaste.
नमस्ते एवरीवन.
Jitu is there? Umesh.
नमस्ते भैया. नमस्ते सर.
Namaste Jitu. Gopal Babuji is there.
नमस्ते भैया.
Namaste Gopal Babuji. So today, for the next 2 hours or so, we thought we'll try to close the conference activities. Close in the sense that this will be, one milestone. But of course, it's a long journey, so it's a continuous process. But for this particular event, we can try to close with these 3 things. One is the recording our achievements and recording our concerns. Second thing is the closing actions, particularly, the giving some closure to the delegates, to the volunteers. So that is second thing. And third thing is our commitments for going in the future. We want to certainly do more of international connect and conference is one event in that whole journey. So, if you look at the achievements, I would request Ganeshji to say something about the major achievements of this conference. Then I'll also say some things. So, Ganeshji, please. Ganeshji, if you'd like to start with the whole set of achievements that are there.
I'll just briefly mention one or two things, then you can go into the details.
Yeah.
So the most important thing I feel is being demonstrated in this international conference is that what we have been saying right from the beginning, that as far as human being is concerned, right understanding in the self is the first priority. The relationship with other human being is the second priority. And the physical facility is the third priority. So this is amply demonstrated by this mega event that with very minimal resource and as far as ICHVHE Foundation is concerned, with literally no resource, the ICHVHE team is able to organize such a big event out of their clarity of things, out of their understanding, and out of their feeling of relationship for each other. So that idea of self-development and the team development has resulted into a possibility where we can organize such big event, at the national and international levels, okay, with almost no resource. I remember 6 years back, I attended a conference. It was a huge conference, an international conference. And at that time, something, order of few crores of fund was involved. And there was, a series of sessions, in one after the other and also running in parallel. And I remember there was such a chaos, and everybody was in a hurry to present his part of the paper and then go away and claim for the TADA. So all that, and finally, hardly anybody recognized anybody else. And then a big proceeding was planned to kind of sum up the whole thing and come with some meaningful conclusion which can be followed up. And the proceeding was published, but there was no follow-up. So that's the kind of thing that happens. With no resource, practically we have been able to do this. Something of the order of 450 people were part of the conference in terms of presentation. More than 200 volunteers participated. And if you look at the investment which is made by ICHVHE Foundation as such, okay, it will be zero, because whatever is invested for Zoom network and things like that is also basically contributed by the partners. Okay. And of course, SRM Chennai and SRM Ghaziabad. So very encouraging that out of our clarity of thought and our commitment and out of our relationship among each other, which is developing as a good team, we can accomplish such a big event, and not only accomplish, but do the meaningful follow up, whereby something concrete result can come at the international level. So this is my observation about this conference. I'm not going into the details. Rajul Bhaiya will uh, talk about those specific detail because he is more conversant with it than I am. Yeah. So I'll hand over to Rajul Bhaiya.
Ji Ganeshi. I would say that I'm part of the team. So Ilaji and Ishraji and the whole team, they ran the conference. I was more of an observer this time, but it was run very, I would say, in an outstanding manner. Of course, there were some ups and downs, and we must record them. We must record the concerns also. So we'd certainly like to hear from everyone about both the achievements as well as the concerns. Certainly, a very comprehensive point of view has come up. I mean, we have been able to develop. From last year, we had developed this point of view about education, about um, health, and about SDGs, and that this year has got refined, and two new topics have been added on the school education and on counseling. I would say that the counseling may or may not have come together had it not been for the conference. But now something has very encouraging outcome has come out of these two new topics. So we'd like to certainly hear from everyone. Another thing that we would certainly like to hear from everyone, particularly the leads, is the conference closing actions. What are the one or two or three things that we must do to close this particular event? So one is the expression of gratitude. We have sent the certificates to all the delegates who attended. If some are left, then we can, we can be informed so that we can send them. All the delegates, all the volunteers, all the speakers, and all the organizing partners box. So we have sent them some letters of gratitude and also the certificate. And I hope that we'll be able to have a quick meeting with them. All the organizing partners, their points of contact. If we can have a meeting with them, that will give nice closure to that aspect. And then second thing is all the reusable assets that we have, like the SOP or like the points of view. So those kind of things, if we can keep them, that will be useful for the future. There may be other actions that individual teams are planning to have. Maybe they are planning to have follow-up sessions. Maybe they are planning to have some, some more things. I would like to hear from, what is possible, what would be useful for ourselves and also for the others. One major thing that I think in this conference, we tried to get feedback from all the volunteers, and many of them have filled the forms and been very frank about their feedback, both the achievements and the concerns. They have voiced them, which is nice, because unless we know both these things, we won't be able to plan very properly. And most of them have made the commitment to participate in the 2026 conference also. So we'd certainly like to hear from all the lead volunteers to start with. But before that, can I request Ilaji and Ishraji, they want to say something about the agenda. It's almost 11 o'clock at night where Ilaji is. So Ilaji first.
Regarding the agenda for today,
Yeah.
you say? Okay. So, as it's already posted on the group also, we are going to discuss these three main agenda points, achievements that we've all experienced. There are many achievements. If we go on reflecting, it really requires that reflection. And definitely there were concerns, pain points. We can try to recollect them also, because those will help us to uh, uh, basically do better in future. And the conference closing actions that Rajul had just mentioned, the main certificates and all have all reached, the thank you notes have reached. But as he said, the assets are very important. We will ourselves forget, it'll go out of memory gradually. Even while we were writing the SOP, we had to write it as a draft and then redraft it and then take help of mentors and make it better. So now if we read that, again, we can think of many more points. So at least something, if we are able to write down an SOP, that will help. Also, whatever data that we have prepared, that we have collected, it could be the contact details or it could be the designations of speakers. So, all that, if we are able to collect it, make the final version of it, and upload that also, Anil Bhaiya and tech team have prepared the drive, the drive on which we can deposit all the archives. So if we are able to send it to Anil Bhaiya, he will do the needful. And if there is anything else that you think is missing in the closing actions, uh, you can suggest that. And definitely, as Ganesh Bhaiya had mentioned in the last meeting, uh, that this should be a continuous process. And on reflection, we can all see that yes, it is supposed to be. We cannot discontinue the work and then pick up momentum again, but this requires continuous work, and therefore we can also look forward to commitments for the 2026 conference. We are all a family. There could be some of us who may have been able to be actively involved because the situations and circumstances helped us. But there could be some for whom circumstances didn't allow, but we want to be taking the lead roles now and we are able to do it. So, those kind of commitments also from our side, and commitments which are coming from organizing partners, as well as commitments which we have seen from institutes and people with whom we have interacted at the national level and at the international level. So we can discuss all this. This is the basic agenda for today. So, and there are certain points which already Rajul Bhai has already mentioned. So once the closing of this conference is done, which is very important, we can then commence for the 2026 conference. So Ishra Didi can add whatever she thinks is important and which is missed.
Thank you, Didi. Namaste to all. Almost all points are covered. And one thing from my end is instead of saying commitments for conference 2026, it's a continuous process. But what is more required is we should also have in the agenda point what is the outcome and the follow-up action, because each team has their own way of outcomes and the way of follow-up also. Because if we are talking about higher education, it might be LDP and FDP programs. Whereas if we are talking about SDGs, it might be the project execution. And if we are talking about health team, it might be the follow-up with the institutions about execution of the program. Similarly, school education at that level, we have to have for the various institutions. So the follow-up plan also should be one more thing which we need to focus because 2026 conference is definitely is there commitment, but the outcome what we are expecting, and because in 2024 conference we did not have any such solid outcomes I can think, and that is the biggest achievement I think of 2025, that we have a clarity of what are the outcomes and what is our follow-up action, so we can progress and report this follow-up action every month. That would be better for everyone. I think that's a suggestion from my end. Thank you.
Yeah, good. So now we can hear from everyone here now. I mean, I can put an order, but I mean, the order in which we can share, we can start with the achievement in the delegates. So Kumar is here. Kumar, can you mention something about the delegates part?
Okay, Bhaiya. I think I can share something from my side because after some time I may not be able to speak about other topics also.
Then you talk about the education panel also.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
So I'll share something here and it can be further elaborated by Tara Bhaiya for delegates part and Ila Didi for education panel. So if we look at the achievements, so in addition to what Ganeshji has been saying, that with minimal resources, we could organize such a large conference involving so many volunteers, so many talks, and people from diverse corners of the world got involved here. And we can really see that when we are working for right understanding and right feeling, then physical facilities have a very kind of tertiary role. And that was quite visible here in the conference also. Adding to that, I'll say that we had registration from 55 countries this time, which was certainly larger than the number of stations that we had last year, and more than 7,500 stations overall. So the numbers have gone up. Second thing is like a good teamwork, but quite visible. In fact, the international conference becomes one such event when we become a national team. So prior to that, we are working as regional teams or as university teams. But when it comes to international conference, we become a national team, and every region gets involved, and all the proactive and active volunteers have a role to play there. So this is also one good way to bring the whole team together. Thirdly, I'll say that with the international conference, we have enhancement in understanding as well as skills. So when we are practicing for the panel discussion, so we were also able to work upon our skills to conduct session or share our point of view or listen to others and get the key points and then add upon that. So such skills also got developed and the feeling also got developed. Next, I'll say that in this conference, for the first time, students also joined in the panel discussion, which made the discussion very lively and relevant also. So this was one very good thing to see, and we can add upon that in the following conferences. Another good thing is that the work is now gradually getting shouldered to the next row of volunteers. So last time I do remember that I had to keep myself working during the day as well as night, and it was a tiring job last time. But I was highly relaxed this time. I just had to play my role during my sessions, and rest of the things were being taken care of in a very smooth manner. So that is also a very good thing to see how year by year new row of volunteers is getting developed and they are able to shoulder the responsibilities well. And we can also see that when we are working as an extended team, our deep sanskars also start surfacing, and we get opportunity and time to share and explore that. And that team development takes place during that time in a very kind of enhanced manner, a very nice manner, I'll say. There are certain concerns like we're expecting more participation from the foreign delegates who are in the decision-making position. Like we had one vision that after the conference, we are able to initiate value-based education in, let's say, 10 countries at least. So earlier there was a lot of scope also, but due to certain things, particularly the international scenario, we are not able to include the SAARC nations to that extent which we could. So that is a major concern. And the way the global scenario is emerging now, when this bipolar and multipolar world division and then the tussle that is happening among the countries. So the vision that we are having to work for an undivided society and universal human order somewhat gets challenged, because on one hand we are working, but on the other hand we are not getting that kind of cooperation from other countries. So we could not include the SAARC nations this time the way we could include 10 years back. So that is another concern that I'll share. And we can also see how we can make it more meaningful, how we can add more value to our conference, and it can become an international conference in true sense of the word. So for that, we can again do some more introspection and try to come up with some suggestions after the meeting, maybe after some time. So this is what I had to share from my side.
Yeah, Kumar, that is very important. The participation from SAARC nations would be very much welcome. And if we have a national conference in between, our own, thing will be more firm within the country also. So we have one of the important things that I also felt was that the nodal centers would be able to see, where they can go. So that would be quite helpful if we have a good example that we can show, and we have a physical conference next time. Bhutan has already offered that we would like to have the physical conference next year, but let's see, if they can actually follow through with that. So it is quite important that we work both on the scale as well as on the depth. So I think this year, if we can focus more on the depth, it would be quite useful. So thank you, Kumar. Nice. So who else would like to share next? If anybody has to leave early, they can certainly share. Jayaprakash, you want to share next? Your mic is unmuted. Manisha Didi. Manisha ji. Yes, Manisha ji.
Namaste bhaiya, namaste to all.
Namaste.
My voice is audible bhaiya?
Yeah, it is very much audible. Welcome.
Bhaiya, ji. Earlier also I could not share. Right now I just want to share this thing that this time in this conference, because of my family issues, I could participate less. But wherever I participated, like for coordination of all the panels, I was coordinating with all the lead volunteers and all the lead volunteers of all the panels. So I could see my feelings were settled for all of them. Many a times, many things they were not able to do as per the expectations. Like somewhat late things were being done, but I could see that it is because of not because of intention. It is because of competence. So my feelings were with Ila Didi, with Supraja Didi, with everyone, I was able to see that my feelings were not like earlier. As director also, I used to had bad feelings when people were not able to do things at time as scheduled. In the last conference, these feelings were there within me, but in this conference, these feelings were not there. I could see that people are working so hard, and some because of some other problems, and because of some other issues, things are not being done on time, but people were doing things or in a way they were able to do that. Because I participated in the SDG panel, so I could prepare uh, 3 days point of view on SDG. So that was a good achievement for me, that I prepared 3 days UHV point of view on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So I could share it for the first day in the rehearsal, but I could not share it in the final conference, but I could prepare it for me, for myself. And for school education also, with Rajkumari ji, with Dilshad Bhaiya, I could be able to coordinate, and my feelings were okay, and I could see that there were no bad feelings in any case. And from you also, whenever I got something that these things are to be, we need to get it done from the uh, panels. So earlier I used to be fearful because you have told me to do all these things. I'm not able to do, but this time I was not fearful, but I could see a lot of clarity that you in the vision that you have, and I could see my incompetence, and in forcing all those things, and there was no fear, but there was always I tried to learn that Bhaiya is able to foresee so many things, and inform me and help me, and is complimentary to me and helping me, and I have to next time work on my own to foresee all these things, and get it done from the panels. So this type of feeling I was having in the last conference. In the education panel, I was volunteering. I could do a lot of coordination there also, but this time I haven't done any coordination work in the panel, SDG panel. In last time, uh, I was expecting to I was expecting from myself to share the UHV point of view in the education panel, but I was having lack of confidence, and somewhere I was expecting that the mentors will ask me to do this. So I was expecting. So there was I was expecting appreciation from the mentors also, but and also when I didn't got the encouragement from our mentors during the conference also, my feelings were not good, and somewhere I uh, got out of the sessions. In one or two sessions I didn't attend because there was not good feelings within me, but this time I was checking my feelings, and I could understand. Like my feelings were all right, and the conference was like a very big family occasion for me, and I could enjoy, and I could uh, like see how all are working so nicely, and complementarity was there, and such a big event with such a wonderful team, and all working in complementarity. So I could see that, and there were no false expectations from anyone within me this time. So I could see my feelings from last conference to this conference. So this is all I can share for myself. Thank
Nice.
you so much for your.
Yeah, nice. What I can see is that earlier it might have looked like my conference. I mean, Rajul Asthana's conference or something like that. But now it is your conference. And because it
Yes,
is
yes.
our conference, I mean, it is basically a volunteers conference. It is not one group's conference or any, like that. It is our conference as a combined. So if we are able to get to that, then we will, be able to contribute like what you are saying. So very nice to see that shift from your conference to my conference. Nice.
Yes, exactly, Bhaiya. I could not tell it this way that you have told. Certainly, earlier the feeling was like it is my conference and people should work my way. Like if I am saying that by this time things should be done like earlier, because we had this, uh, practice of getting things done from people. But now it is a combined conference and people were doing in their way. I could see that, and they were doing very nicely. So that
Yeah.
is why things were also happening. I could see that things are happening very well. Yes, thank
Nice.
you, Bhaiya.
Nice. Thank you. So just like Kumar has, placed Ilaji and for the education panel, I'll request Sharmila ji to say something about both health and counseling.
Yeah, namaste again, everyone.
Overall, also, of course.
Yeah. So I think it was a very fulfilling and satisfying experience that so much got accomplished. I would say that where health is concerned, last conference, it was a little overwhelming because many things were involved. Having foreign delegates, interacting with them, having follow-ups and all of that. This time around, we had some experience of it, and I have to say that Mirunalini ji took up a lot of the workload, so things became much easier for me, and we were able to run the day panel and the night panel with a lot of ease. She will also be talking about the details, but I can just mention briefly that it was very satisfying that we have been able to identify a few more people who will take up more roles in the health team. For instance, I can say that Aprajita ji has shown a lot of interest and will be is suggested to be the other lead volunteer for health. Preferably, I mean, if we have two lead volunteers for health, Mirunalini ji can focus on the project of FDPs and the resource work for the health workshops, and Aprajita ji could focus on the health panel discussions for the conference.
Follow up.
And follow-up activities after that, where the conference is concerned. So I think many things have been achieved, and we've been able to identify several people. As Kumar Bhai also mentioned, I think one great encouraging thing was to have students in the panel discussions. And we were very pleasantly surprised to see that they were very much able to see this whole vision and very interested in it. So if we have more young minds into this, I think it can make a huge difference. So that was also something that I thought was very interesting. More on that, I guess Mirunalini ji will be mentioning. Coming to the counseling talk or the seminar, this also was a little overwhelming at first because we didn't have much of an idea of how to go about things. But with some suggestions from Ganesh ji and a lot of inputs from Raju ji and some a counseling plan was made out for using UHV as a model for counseling. And with that, I think although we kept it as a talk because of not having a big team associated with it, and it was at short notice. But I can see that this is something that is important. It is very much required, and it was received very well at the conference. So I thought that was very encouraging. And hopefully, we'll be doing more of that. We can get more people identified for this work and enlarge the team. I think many things are possible for the counseling and perhaps even panel discussions, because that would make it really enriching. Certainly, the need is definitely there. So again, Suprajaji will be adding more on that. So all in all, I think it was a very fruitful conference. A lot of confidence we all gained in being a part of it, and very fulfilling experience overall. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Yeah, the students' part is very important, and I hope that this year we'll be able to have a team of student volunteers joining the volunteer team. Yeah, we can work towards that. Nice. Now let me request Gopal Babuji next to place the SDG panel and the work that was done on that. So Gopal Babuji. Okay, it looks like he's not connected. So
Yeah, Gopal Priya had mentioned that he's driving, so he cannot.
okay. Yeah.
Speak up.
Umeshi was telling about his, he has an assignment, so he couldn't join. Gopal Babuji is driving, so it's good. All right, so then we can open it up for each of the panels to share, their part. We can also have, if we want to go by this list, otherwise we'll go to the right side, the panels. I think maybe we'll go back to the left side later on, but and if somebody has to leave early, then they can, step in. But let's hear from each of the people who are here now. There are 78, 77 now of us who have joined this meeting. Yeah, so Ilaji, if you can, talk about the education panel, then Mirunalini ji, then Vanchana ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as the education panel was concerned, we had a good amount of time, almost 3 months, where we practiced. We rehearsed. First, we were identifying volunteers, and we were able to get a good number of rehearsals. But yeah, the number of participants from the volunteers initially was very less, but gradually it picked up during the conference. And we were able to engage the national and the international policymakers. And that was one thing good. Almost every panel, there were 9 panels, 2 in the day and 1 in the night. And every panel almost had the foreign panelists and also students. So that was one thing very good. And the UHV point of view was framed several times. The draft, Kumar Bhai had helped us a lot on that. That came out very well. And even the rehearsals, I would say Kumar Bhai was there for every rehearsal during the last 2-3 months that we've done. So that was nice. A lot of learnings have happened. Many of the panelists had joined the panel for the first time. So for them also it was good rehearsals, good practices. And there were good commitments also during the conference that have come from the foreign delegates as well as the Indian. So from that point of view, it was good. Roles and responsibilities, towards the end, we realized that the scribe was not required because of the AI tools. But anyway, that still has to be looked into. But more or less, that was it. Otherwise, like the last year, we had the moderator, anchor, and the panelist. So structure-wise, it was very similar. But at the level of the discussion was good. It was much better. And as I mentioned, internal panelists were prepared. There was a lot of time done for that. The suggestions that are there is that we could probably spend more time on interacting with the foreign delegates, and especially for the international conference, and giving sufficient time, because we have the pre-conference meeting, we already had them, but probably we have not explored them well, maybe because we didn't have that clarity. But now, definitely those pre-conference meetings can be explored better, not only for education panel, but my suggestion is that all the team leads, mentors should be part of the pre-conference, so that each team can explore how, because there were in the pre-conference there were panelists. I mean, there were delegates, registered delegates who were keen on other, besides education, higher education, also keen on SDG and health. So maybe we missed that. If the team leads and mentors were there, probably rapport building would have been better for them also. So, and I could see many of those who attended pre-conference were there during the education panel and also during the concluding and the inaugural. So I'm sure if that rapport was there for the other panels also, it would have surely helped. And we have made the SOP, so that has helped us also to pen down what all things went well. As Kumar Bhaiya mentioned, the student part went well. And also the participation this time from the on the panels of the nodal centers and the organizing partners, some of them were there. So their experience is also good. And one of the institute, one of the university is preparing their own report about their experience with the international conference. So maybe if other organizing partners also are able to, and these are the ones who had participated in the education panel. So some of their faculty, I mean the dean's registrar had participated in others panels also. So that experiences, they'll be sharing it with us soon. That's all. I don't know if I've missed something. Kumar Bhaiya may add anything that I have missed.
And Sunil Kumar ji also played a major role in this.
Sunil Bhaiya and others also were there from the education panel. If you think you want to, there is something missed, you can mention that. And just to mention one more thing, we did use the AI tool tools to prepare the report during the conference, it really helped us. So maybe that also can be explored. And then, of course, we have to look at it manually, which we did. So, but that also was a big help for us. And we had representations from all the regions, except I think one region. We had representation from all. That also we felt was a good part. Yeah.
Yeah, these points should be written down, because they are important points.
Yeah, I've written down these.
Yeah.
We've done that. We've done that in the SOP. So
Yeah.
most of these points are there in the SOP.
Yeah. So pre-conference, increasing the width of that, that would be useful. And second thing is the post-conference follow-up. That would be quite useful.
Yeah. So I mentioned that also in the SOP.
Yeah.
About the post-conference also. But once the closing actions are over, which may take another week or so, we can then start with the post-conference.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Kumar, you were saying.
Just to add to what Didi is saying, and something that I said earlier, one very good aspect of our whole effort is that it is going on in a very undisputed manner. We are talking about things which could be highly disputable, but the way we are taking the whole thing forward in universal, rational, verifiable, and harmonious manner, it's going on in a very undisputed manner, and that is quite visible in all dimensions. Even in the education panel, we talked about the youth, we talked about the challenges faced by them, and everybody was agreeing to yes, the concerns that are being raised are very genuine, and we could come up with good suggestions also. Second thing is we can clearly see the readiness to understand and learn and take guidance from each other in the team. That is also quite visible. I could see that in the education panel also. People were ready to accept the guidance being given and were able to work upon that to come up in a better way. So this is also very good to see. And I'll say that we need to continue our effort, something on the part of the delegate team, I'll say, continue our effort of contacting the foreign delegates and being in touch with them. And this can be a regular activity. Every week we can plan to have some interaction for delegates across the world, and we can make a team also which can work on various continents or countries and see and try to find out people who are working on value education or are involved in value-based activities. We can try to get in touch with them, and we can keep on working on this part in a very consistent manner. This is what I would like to suggest.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Sunil Kumarji, if you want to add something.
Namaste all. So, Elaji and Kumar Priya has mentioned everything. So, I would like to mention regarding the teamwork. The teamwork has been mentioned very nicely. So, as Raji mentioned, initially there were less volunteers participating in the rehearsals part, but finally it has got strengthened and consolidated, and that paid away also finally. In addition, when the students were added only towards the end of the rehearsals. So though they were added towards the end from various institutions across the country, very few students, but from it represented almost the whole cross section of the country, I would say. Somebody from south, somebody from north, somebody from the middle part of the country were there. So the discussions went on many times. The panel discussions went on with the students' point of view as pivotal, because we were discussing regarding the youth and how the human level education can do something for the youth. So their comments were very useful, and many of the foreign delegates also were connecting to what the students were telling. The foreign delegates, as Kumar Priya said, there is acceptance for human values in all those 9 countries which were participated. And I hope many more countries will be adding to. some of them were added as delegates also. So nice to see that there is acceptance for human values in many countries. And this teamwork continues. As it is mentioned, we need to have follow-up meetings also. So it is very heartening to see that this is going not just like education panel, but I would say all the other panels, the seminar talks and the other part of the conference that's going, they were going on very nicely, particularly the sharing by the institutions and individuals. So this also was much improved this time because much work is happening in the realm of UHV. 2025 was a very kind of a milestone in the whole development of the institutions as well as individuals. And the exponential work will go on just like that, and we can see a drastic change in the society in the near future. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just
thank
wanted
you.
to add one point here.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to add that the support that we received from the tech team, I just wanted to acknowledge that because without that, this entire the panels, the way they went, very smoothly they were going. Even the foreign panelists who were joining this time were easily able to join, and the instructions, the entire emails that have gone was much better. So I thought that we were all working together with each other. In fact, there were certain written documents that had to be prepared before. We have referred to each other's also. So that way, everyone has helped somewhere or the other. So I also wanted to thank everyone.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Next, we can go to Mirunalini ji for the health panel.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste, Mirunalini ji.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Have you prepared a presentation also?
No, Bhaiya.
You're so good at it, no?
No, Bhaiya.
Okay.
So, regarding health panel, whatever Sharmila ji has told, like I would say our achievements are we have come out as a good team. So compared to last year's conference, this year, even though the number is small, but still we are a very strong team of at least 6 to 10 volunteers who are very proactive and active. And this year, the conference preparations, it started very early in our health team also. And the team we were able to form as early as May because we were also doing the project on a student program, the 15 session program. So we formed a team for that, and the same team it continued for the conference also. So the team was there as early as May, and we started the rehearsals also very early. Last year in VC, we started them somewhere in the mid-October or so. But this year we were able to start right on time as we planned, like mid-August. So we started, and when we were actually ready for the main conference for the rehearsal one only. So so much rehearsals we were able to do every week. And Sharmila ji was there present consistently for all the rehearsals. She was guiding us very well. And this year, for UHV point of view sharing, we also had one more volunteer also. So previously it was only Sharmila ji and I prepared some, but this year we had one more volunteer also who was ready for sharing the UHV point of view and for moderating the panel. And as many of us has already shared, they were also student panelists with us. And it was like very refreshing to have their viewpoints. And regarding the holistic health point of view, the vision, the students were able to relate very well to it because both the students we had in our panel was MBBS students and were currently very fresh in their second year of MBBS students, where they are will be studying about the human physiology and all the pathology and all. But even they were able to relate very well to the holistic human health point of view, and they were able to very easily identify the gaps in the current allopathic medical education. So that was very nice to hear because they were not involved in any rehearsals. They did come for the rehearsal 1 and 2, but they were not there for the weekly rehearsals. So whatever point came from them was very fresh, and it was their own point of view. So to see them accepting this vision and to see the gap in the allopathic medical education was very promising for our HHH viewpoint. And the team, like we were able to form sub teams, and all volunteers were very proactive, and most of them, they came forward to take up the work. And the team we formed, including the post conference proceedings also, as early as August. And so the work, it went on very smoothly. So as soon as the conference got over, the volunteers who were there for post conference proceedings, they only came up and said, what should I do for the proceedings work? Guide us, guide us. So once we were able to share with them what needs to be done, the work got over in 3 or 4 days only. So everything went on smoothly. That was very nice to see from our team. And regarding concern is the current number of volunteers. So we have the holistic human health point of view ready, and the vision is also ready. And the outcome of this conference, we were able to see that the vision is acceptable to most of the panelists and delegates who attended the panel discussions. But with the current number of volunteers, we are finding it a little constrained to take it out to a more number of institutions. Even though UHV is there and it has reached many institutions, holistic human health, I would say it is still in the beginning phase. Like in India, I can say few institutions have had this FTP, holistic human health FTP. But now I see a promising path now that the FTP content is ready. And we have also formed a team of potential resource persons for holistic human health. So once we are also ready, we can take it out. So maybe for the forthcoming conferences, we will be more prepared to have more number of volunteers. And if the volunteer expands, number of volunteers we are able to increase, we might have more number of panels also. And one concern in this conference I felt was the number of foreign delegates we had. So since we
Okay,
were
can you say that again? Number of
Foreign delegates.
foreign delegates. Okay.
foreign. Yeah. So we had, when we looked at the list of delegates that registered and showed interest for holistic human health, there were 22 health workers, doctors, and other allied health professionals, and other disciplines also in medical field across the world. 22 of them had registered. So we had identified them and sent the mails to them, but only two, and even in that too, one was a panelist who had registered previous in the last year. So only one new foreign delegate had registered for health. So the main limitation we saw was from our side, we could have put in a little more time and effort to contact again with the make contact with the foreign delegates. So that we were not able to do this time. But for the forthcoming conferences, if our team expands, if we have more volunteers who can spend a little more time on this, then I think for next conferences, we'll be more prepared to have pre-conference meetings with foreign delegates, identify individually, have meetings with them individually, and try to spread the vision in the foreign also. But right now, our focus is mostly within the country, where we are in the process of developing PRPs and taking up the vision to the health institutions, medical institutions within the country. So as a part of this post-conference follow-up, we have identified 3 panelists who are principals of colleges, and particularly one panelist who owns her own institution with pharmacy and nursing streams she has in her institution. So we are planning to have post-conference follow-up meeting at least for 2 to 3 hours in an online thing, where we can share more of our vision and ask them if they are feasible to conduct holistic human health FTPs or even student workshop in their institution. So that process is ongoing. So we are yet to receive a feasible timing from them, so we can have a combined meeting with all of them. So that is there. And I think that's it, Baya. And like Sharmila ji said, from this year, we are also having one more lead volunteer for our health team. Aprajita ji has volunteered herself to be a lead volunteer. So for the conference purposes, Aprajita ji will be the lead and I'll be the co-lead. And for all the other works, apart from the conference, I'll be the lead and Aprajita ji will be co-lead. And in addition, we do have our team of 10 volunteers also who will be there working in the team. So anything more, Aprajita ji, if she wants to add something more, can add. Or Sharmila ji also, if she wants to add more, she can. That's it from me, Bhaiya. Thank you.
We have. Thank you so much. I think you must be hearing a lot of noise at my place because of election campaign. So I'll later on speak with you.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. So, follow-up actions you are planning for online workshop or something?
Yes, Bhaiya. We do have a plan for online workshop. We have spoken with Sharmila ji and said it can be done positively. And we do have this upcoming in month of May, Holistic Human Health Part 2 FTP is there. So we are also preparing content for that. So these two things will be going side by side. So because in SRM, the minor degree program is already launched and we have to get faculties ready for that. I think we'll be doing both these work side by side, and time permitting and feasibility, we'll do both. Bhaiya.
Nice, nice. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next, Vanchanaji, yes, Vanchanaji is there.
Namaste, everyone. So, regarding the achievements, a lot has been mentioned. And one thing regarding the panel that I want to add is that a very good team is now available with us. One of the issues that we were facing in the beginning when we were starting with the preparations was that those who were part of 2024 conference as volunteers in the SDG panel, uh, most of them either they were now participating in some other task and responsibility, or they were not available. So it was a whole new team. So that was the initial hitch that we were facing. But the overall effort which the whole team has taken has led to a lot of strengthening and a great bonding amongst the team, and a very responsible team is now available with us, and the commitment of each one of them is now for the upcoming task. Everyone is ready. In fact, we had the meetings recently, and we are committed for the upcoming task, as well as everyone is now taking SDGs as relating it to their own projects in their own institutes, so that we are just thinking along the lines that next time, as a part of panel discussion, prior to panel discussion, some concrete real time project can be displayed, something which is done at the level of institute or at the level of individual person, where the SDGs can be addressed in a more root level by incorporating the proposals that we are putting forth. A very the strengthening of the UHV point of view for SDG panel has been helping everyone. So that is something which we all look forward to. So all the volunteers, they have taken this initiative that they will include uh, addressing SDGs at the root through some projects assigned to their own students. That is one important thing that we have taken up. Regular meetings we plan every fortnight to continue with that, and keep taking up the various tasks and follow-ups. Apart from that, the commitment of new volunteers, I must say that Gopal Bhaiya have been extremely supportive and have given us absolutely free hand throughout and very helpful. So some 5-6 people have emerged who are able to take up the UHV point of view, who are able to take up the presentations in the best way. So that is one of the achievement of the team itself. The team has grown stronger with so many volunteers coming up. Amresh ji is there. Prasanti ji has been taking a lot of lead, and I just hope that she takes up more and more responsibilities now, as she has promised. So we hope that Prasanti ji will take up more responsibilities now. She's more inclined towards it, and she has shifted her role also in the institute. So she has committed to take more responsibilities. Ishrat Didi was always there with us. So with a very good team now, we are able to take it as a continuous activity for us. We are going to connect to the invited guests also, so that they can be continuously reminded of the various tasks that they can take at their own level in their own institutes. So that follow up will be done with them. Some concerns that I just wanted to draw attention to was regarding this. I was just thinking that the certificate criteria should be mentioned in the upcoming conference, now that we have all the background and everything, because um, at least there should be some criteria, just like we have in workshop. Something should be mentioned beforehand so that there is more participation. The number of tickets that were issued, which was obviously a big number, but the actual attendance, there was a gap. So maybe in the beginning we can mention that certification criteria, if possible, humbly to our delegates, and that can be taken into account. That was one thing which I was thinking about. Apart from that, the proceedings, as we now know, that will soon shape up. So there were a lot of VCs and directors who were part of the conference. So if by March, April, maybe if we can send the proceedings of the previous conference, and we can propose some task at their own institutes which they can take up, so that by the time we are towards the next conference, uh, the the VCs and the directors, they also are able to show some work done. So there is a possibility that the proceedings can be sent to them beforehand, and they can look at this conference as an opportunity to showcase their efforts in the direction of UHV, what they are taking. Um, Apart from that, it is just something that I felt that the student participation was a big asset at this point of time. So at least if we have these 38 or 40 partners as organizing partners, if they can nominate 2 students per institute, and those students can be connected, just like we have university coordinators, co-coordinators. Similarly, if we have student coordinators, uh, maybe a continuous work with them will help us to have far more participation of the students, and a very active point of view from the students also, something which we could see in this particular conference. Especially in the SDG panel, I could very clearly see that the students were very enthusiastic. Though it was limited, we tried to keep a youth panel, so there were some fresh assistant professors also, and young students also, MTech students and research scholars also. And that was something which was very giving energy and lots of new ideas. So if we can continuously engage them for the upcoming conference, it would really shape up well. This is something which I was just thinking, and we plan to continue the group, and we will add more people to it. That this is what we are feeling. Every fortnight we continue to meet as SDG panel and strengthen the team. The whole team, I would like to thank for their consistent efforts. They have always been very supportive. One thing which I tried to work with the team this time, something which I felt as a maybe it was something which I could not notice in 2024 preparations. This time we kept meetings uh, very time bound. So every meeting, whenever we had, we fixed the time, and we ended the meeting within a time span of 50 minutes to 60 minutes. so that everybody knew that I have to spare this much time. And that crisp meeting helped in retaining the participation, because sometimes some people withdrew because of this, that they had to probably spare a lot of time in the evening and everybody was working, so finding it slightly difficult. So that was something which I kept in mind every time, and we precisely kept the meeting of the same duration every time, so that everybody knew that I have to spare this much time for discussion. These were few things which I kept in mind, and I just hope that the team further strengthens and we are able to uh, do more and more effort in the right direction. The mentors have always been very helpful, and overall, with Ishra Didi, La Didi, and everyone, we got a lot of support. That is all from my side.
Very specific points, Vachana ji, and many of the volunteers in your team, they have mentioned, how good the teamwork and how good your leadership was. So nice, very nice. These ideas are very powerful ideas. Student coordinators, we can start with the nodal centers. We can request the organizing partners to include or help us to find foreign students who are in their college to participate in these activities. So those kind of things I think are very important. You can, and as far as the joining, there were around 5,000 tickets that we had issued finally, and 3,200 of them joined. So this was better joining from the last year. I mean, better ratio of joining from last year. The YouTube joining was much less this year. Last year it was better. So we do have to work on both, these things. But good points. Do include it in your SOP. And then when we try to combine the good ideas from the different SOPs, we'll come up with something which is, useful for all. So nice. Thank you. Next, we can go to, yes, Supriya.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Namaste to all.
Namaste.
Bhaiya, yeah, a counseling panel, as Chandraji has mentioned, it has been begin only, the project itself begin only at the month of May. So initially, the whole lot of discussion is about the team experience, and how to go about it. And then we had a lot of invited members, counseling members, psychologists, and taken their opinions how to go about it. But all we could see is only they're all talking about the problems rather than some concrete model. And then there was a kind of discussion. It is very hard for us to go with the panel with less number of volunteers, as well as we don't have something concrete. And then just before the first rehearsal, Samraji herself has taken effort, a commitment to come up with the model, and that AUP model of 10 steps. So we were also listening that first time during only during that first rehearsal, and we could see that a lot of effort has been taken from our end, and that model has came up well, and that has given little confidence to us how to go about it. And then she also helped us to prepare the for the team members, like all six, to present, how to present, and clarifying all our doubts. That is how the whole model has been presented in the conference. So, what we see in the conference is, first, personally, it's a learning for us, because every single step which has been mentioned for counseling, we applied for our own some of the issues or problems. Uh, that was a good learning experience, I could say. And this, when we placed in front of this seminar talk, People received it well, that everybody can see there is a problem with every single individual. And we have talked more about the problem, but solutions is the question. So this helped them, the UHV as a route and self-exploration as a process. It can solve many of the current issues. So, and this counseling is more like relationship centric and more humane than just seeing and telling the problems. And the amongst the team, there is some ups and downs, but then at the end of the time, if we see some other way, some handholding has happened naturally. It is not by any force. Naturally, the handholding happened. Even in the second rehearsal, for some reason, the team was not ready for presentation, but Dipesh Bhaiya stepped in immediately and said, "I'll go with it." And those things, it naturally happened. So the team came out very well, like all at least seven together as along with the guide. It was very good experience. But coming to the level of concern, so more time for experiential understanding is required. We just conceptualize the things, but we need experiential understanding, which missed in this conference because of less time. We just went with the concept, but now this year probably we should more into experiencing whether this 10-step model is really helping out. So that at least now we started in our discussion to come up applying this concept into one or two issues of the students, and let us try to see how it works. So that we just started, so that could be a commitment for our future. So we come up with the clear framework and learning path how this UHV based model will be an help. And but personally, Bhaiya, this pilot implementation also is important. At least with one or two institution, we can begin with few students to implement the model and see how it has made a change or impact. So that could also be one of the commitment we are trying to place it. But otherwise, when I have a general concern, not in this panel, Baya, now I felt more time we were spending, all the meetings are all about, many meetings which I was attending is all about activity projects. But I personally felt the flow. See, we are connected here because of the content, the understanding. I have spent I could see for myself that I've spent for 3 hours, 4 hours just to get one clarity, because I felt that is more important. So the flow could be content strengthening, as we also planning to width. We can also, as you mentioned rightly, the depth is also so important. So all the time when there is a disturbance within, the content only helped us. In many places we wouldn't have represented, but then immediately the content comes in and help us. Okay, this reality is what I'm missing, so that understanding should be deepened amongst the team members. So the connection will naturally happen, that feelings will get settled, and the commitment will, the participation will be the natural outcome of this content and connection. And then we can complement each other for what has been done, and if something is not done, there could be some reason behind. So this we can able to understand only if we have content within us very strong. So in the process of this activity and no bringing up a lot of projects, if you see a week long meetings of 6 7, only one or two meetings are focused for the content, and the rest all we could see it's more on this activity and project part. We should strengthen that content part is what I personally felt. So that because every time in the conference, if there is a kind of little bit of past and current state, when I check, no, this content only helped to see my inner state. One side there is a effort, but other side that ease within is important. The self wanted to do more, but then because in between I can feel that my health issues for 20 days, that time I want to participate, but ability is not there. So it was a kind of guilt as well as understanding. So those time I personally felt that I required some help, but only the content has helped me. So in that way, I personally not taking much commitments. I am trying to keep myself limited for next year conference at was a one lead or not more than that, or co-lead, so that I do have some balance within. So this I want to say keep it uh, in this forum, Baya.
Yeah, certainly these are important points. And we can consider how we can, with the background that is available now, how we can simplify the whole conference so that it is not so burdensome. So last year it was more, this year it was less, and next year I'm hoping that it will be even less than this. The participation of the organizing partners, that if it is increasing and they are able to help us with finding the right delegates, those kind of things will be of our this thing then, so then we'll be able to do more on the content. So I think where we are right now, we do have to work on the depth. All the time we have to work on the depth. And that's why the first question was, how was our feeling during this whole conference experience? And it is important for us to keep testing where we are rather than assuming that we are there. So those kind of things are also there. So both these things are important. But each of us has to decide, how much we can actually commit to. So when we come to the commitment part, there certainly, I think we should take up those things that we undercommit and over deliver rather than overcommit and under deliver. So those things we have to keep on, fine tuning. So nice. These things have come about only because there is a need for them, and that there were these ideas that yes, we can, try to do it, and we are able to do it. So that is something very encouraging. Now for the field testing, I wouldn't say field testing yet, but we have to do the testing on ourselves first. Take few of our own issues and see if these 10 steps work, and then fine tune it from there, and then try it out with few, like you're mentioning, few people, few students, and see if it is working, and implement it slowly over the next few years. It won't be just 1 year. It will take time. And going back to Vanjanaji's point, that sharing during the panel discussion, I think it is important that that we share something which is very much related to the panel content during the panel discussion also. So it would be quite useful if we are able to do that. So coming back to this counseling model, this field testing or this, that is very important, and that at this stage now, more and more discussion can be on the content, what you're calling content strengthening. More and more discussion can be on that. Now that there is a container, sort of, now there can be much more discussion about about connecting the content with the process. And both of them will keep getting enriched. So nice. Thank you, Suprajaji.
Namaste.
Yeah. So Rajkumari ji is there? No. Okay. So let's hear from Sunil Kumar ji has also mentioned one concern. So Sunil Kumar, do you want to say something about it?
Yeah, because when I shared, I missed out this. I was not going as per the indicators. That's why I just shared this concern. So in the previous two conferences, if you look at the night, the participation in the night, there were very few, even from India and from abroad. In the panel discussions, we could see less participation in the panel, though we designated many, but very less participants participated really. This can be looked into in the next conference. If not required, we can avoid the night. If it is so, we can exclude the night shifts and we can go with the day shift. But more than that, more than just avoiding this, before that we can work, I mean, for the whole year is there, so we can work upon some remedial actions, like we can have some conferences online, offline for the foreign delegates if they're interested. I think some of the delegates have taken interest in the commitment part in the final valedictory function, that they will be the first volunteer who will implement the human values in their country. So we can seek their help and we can have some workshops for a few participants in their country, and this will be helpful, as we also have started with very few volunteers, very few volunteers, and now that is exponentially growing into many lakhs of volunteers, or rather many lakhs of people who are into the realm, and a few thousands of volunteers for sure. Likewise, the progress may be very slow, but there is potential in the content to grow among the people. So we need to work upon this. I think more workshops, online, offline, in the other countries, participants from other countries. Particularly, other countries means other the nationals from other countries, not Indian foreigners. I mean, many of the teachers who are working in the universities abroad, they are participating as foreign participants, but more than that, we require the people from other countries. So, but this is possible. ILAG is working very much upon that, and many other, I mean, SRM and many other nodal centers are working very much upon that. But this can be strengthened in the forthcoming conference. That's what I wanted to say as a solution. G. Thank you.
Yeah, certainly those things have to be looked into. And if we have foreign contacts, for example, from the personal contacts, we got 1,200 contacts, out of which a smaller number registered and an even smaller number actually joined the conference. So that analysis Taraji is doing. So once that is done, we can share the actual numbers. So that will happen. It will happen. It will take time. And with the current situation, like Kumar mentioned, many things are happening. So given the situation, what is it that can be done that we have to keep thinking about? Work on that. Nice. So now we can go to anything else, Sunil Kumarji? Is that okay?
No, that's all from myself for the time being. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Then for the sharing team, that was a very big task for the sharing team. So, who is going to share from the sharing team?
Yeah, namaste to all. Sangeeta Didi can share, yeah, and then I will just add if so required. Ji Sangeeta Didi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Didi. In the sharing team, we had 18 institution sharing and 36 or more than 36 39 individual sharings, because school has added some 2 more students also. And it was a complete team efforts, not 1, 2, 4, not lead. It will be all team efforts which has come out with this sharing of institution. That much, 18 and 36, we could be able to handle it. And we individually have learned the team I mean, how we can work in the team, and it was a really nice enjoying working in the team. One thing which is mainly noticeable is last year in 2024, from the individual and institutionals, it will be, I mean, required a lot of efforts, lot of follow-up for get them ready for presentation, getting the write-ups or PPTs or the drafts from them. But this time people had shown willingness, eagerness also to do the sharing. And even some institutions were like that, why we are not included? We would like to do the participation. We would like to do the presentation. They were even ready to do the demo presentations also for their improvement. So it appears that institutes are ready and eager to do the improvement in themselves. So, and what we could not able to do during this conference is we could not able to work on theme much. We were more focusing on the process and procedures, and we could not able to work on individual themes of the institution. And when after the closing of the conference, we were analyzing that we came to that point that it is not a one-day process. If it could be yearly mentoring of those institutions, because we have seen that they were interested to do, but they lack how to do the activities for the understanding of the students and all. So if the yearly mentoring, if some admin team can make a procedure that potential nodal centers could be mentored region wise, so that the next year conference, they had to come out with a good impact and outcome of the UHV. So this could be it's our suggestions from the sharing team. And good procedure has come out of with this particular conference, and how we can plan out, when to plan out, how to go about it. That good procedure we have identified from this conference. And what else? Yeah, I think the remaining part, Lita Didi, Bhagyashali Didi, Soumya Didi will add up. Over to you, Soumya Didi.
Thank you, Didi. One thing what we feel very important for the sharing team is like to have impactful sharing. We need to handle the institutions, consistently, continuously. That's one thing that we observed, and like Sangeeta Didi mentioned, I think we can plan something and share it with the regional coordinators so that they can do something, connect to the institutions, so that in the next conference we'll have very impactful sharing. That is one observation that we felt. And looking at each one of our feelings, we have been able to see that there were a lot of role changes happening. A lot of volunteers got added in the last minute, but we could see that our feeling really helped us. Even if we were not aware at point of time and we had this opposition, we were able to be there for each other and complement. That is one thing that we saw from the team, and it really helped us work together. And we felt very comfortable while doing it, and also after doing it, we have been in touch with all the volunteers. We have found that we have more volunteers who are really potential active volunteers for the region, not just for the sharing team, but for the region as well. So it has been a very nice feeling for all of us who have worked for the sharing team. So that's what we wanted to say. Thank you for that. Concerns, maybe at the level of skill, I think we can work on. And one concern, what we feel is like, yeah, I have an opposition, then I will find out a lot of concerns. So there's no concern as such that we cannot work on. That's what we felt. And yeah, some things that we would like to mention for going to the micro level, that we can take it up for the next conference so that we can prepare and do a much better work than what we've been doing in the last 2 years. So that's from our team. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Probably Lalita Didi could add something, some points. Lalita ji. Is she there?
Lalita ji or Bhagishali ji.
Yeah, namaste, Bhaiya. Namaste, Didi. Namaste to all. Working with this team the first time, it's a very nice experience for me. I learned a lot many things in perspective of the skills and in perspective of my own understanding, competence. That while working with the core team, with the sub teams which were formed later on, uh, and all the members of the institutions, individuals, who were involved in this. It's a very nice experience and a nice thing to see my own relationships with all the peoples whenever I interact with them, whenever we were working, getting the things and lot many things. So it's a very nice experience for my own development uh, at my own level. The main important, the feeling of a relationship, I will check many a times, and many a times I will be very stable. So with that competence, I worked from my end well, I thought, and uh, it's and in the concern perspective, if I want to say. So just Didi is also told. So prior steps we are taking the theme finalization and the institutions, how it will went well. As of the themes, we specified how the institutions can implement in their presentations. Prior steps also how the institution can take for the next conference. So all we were working over this immediately after this meeting or recent immediately also. Yeah, thank you so much, Bhaiya. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, nice. Anything else from the sharing team?
One more thing I would like to add here, that student sharing was there, and it was nice that they were themselves are following when will be my sharing, and
Yes.
when should I join. So that was a good part, that they were more interested in doing the sharing. So this could be a good part, that next time we can have one separate sessions for students sharing.
Yeah. That'll be very nice. Okay, now we have few minutes left. I think 10 minutes left or something. Yeah.
Lalita ji not added anything.
Yeah.
Maybe she's not available.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to on the left-hand side now. We have very few minutes left, so very quickly we'll have to go through this. And we haven't gone through the closing actions actually. What are the closing actions that we need to, that each team is planning? The only one that I can think of right now, which is quite important, is to have a meeting with the spokes of the organizing partners and have some similar meeting with them. That will close the thing for that. Anything else that we can think of? That, of course, the proceedings is one important thing. So on the left-hand side, if we can quickly go over each of these things, we can see these are the people who worked in the background more. So we can start with Tara Prasanna ji, if you are able to speak now. You are in a program. Or Devesh, if you want to say something, Devesh. Devesh has left, I think. then Banisha ji.
Namaste, sir.
नमस्ते देवेश फर्स्ट देन बनीशा जी या देवेश
Hello.
हाँ यस देवेश बताइए प्लीज गो अहेड देवेश your voice is not coming through okay we'll come back to you Devesh but Banisha ji you can yeah go ahead Ila ji, you want to say something about
No,
Devesh?
since Tara Bhaiya was not there, I'll first say about the delegate team. Just wanted to mention that there were a lot of efforts, 3 meetings every week for last 3 months. Good amount of data collected. Tara Bhaiya's statistical analysis was very well done. He worked well on the emails also, and the entire delegate team took up great responsibilities of different countries. So all of us, the countries were distributed amongst all, the entire team. And Kumar Bhiya's guidance, his mentorship really helped. He worked with a good vision, and we were able to reach a good number of delegates. Of course, the analysis will tell which route we took was a better route. We don't know that still. That analysis still we have to see, because we did personal contacts, we did grog data, a lot of ways we did. Even Akash Bhaiya, of course, he will talk, he's here. What he did through the LinkedIn, there were many routes that were taken. So the team did very well. And Raju Bhaiya did a lot of data entry. And that data entry now definitely will be archives for us, will be useful for future. So I just wanted to mention that about the delegate team, since Tara Bhaiya was not available right now. Devish Bhaiya is there, so he can surely talk about the web. Thank you.
Yeah, Web Devesh prepared the website in good time, and whatever information was coming to him this time, he was more or less single-handedly did that web with Ishrat ji's help and all the other inputs that he got. And he is very creative, so he made things on his own also, many things. So nice, Devesh. Very nice.
I think he's not. We're not
Yeah.
able to hear him.
Yeah, we're not able to
We
hear
can
him.
go further to Banisha
Banisha
Didi
ji, then
since time is
Akash.
less.
Yeah.
Hello.
हाँ देवेश
Namaste, sir.
नमस्ते नमस्ते
Sir, actually, there is a network issue at my end. So I think you can't able to hear me.
we can't
No,
we
we
could
can
not
hear you
hear
now.
you now we can hear you
Sir, like overall experience is very good, and I learned a lot like while developing the website. And from my side, there are so many things like which we can do further. And if it is possible, can I share here like or somewhere
so
else?
we'll have the details we have little bit of time left so but I know that you have many ideas and about the certificate you had ideas so we can have a separate meeting about those things
Yes, sir.
but we want to appreciate the hard work and all the creativity that you put into it. This time the website looks very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
He was in fact available any time of the day and night. Very
Yes.
nice. Thank you, Devesh, for you.
Yeah. He was in 2 jobs, and with that he was trying to do this also, third job.
Yeah.
Yes. Manisha ji?
Ji, namaste everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Ji, so the designing part, I have a very limited participation, but with the guidance of Hila Didi and Rajul Bhai, I was able to contribute accordingly. Apart from this, I think we can coordinate along with Akash Bhaiya so that we can consistently post some data on the content on the LinkedIn throughout the year so that we can connect and represent the UHV point of view to the respective delegates and the interested participants. That's what I think we can do for 2026.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, Banisha Didi said less contribution, but that's not so. I think you've contributed a lot. The look and feel of everything was because of your work.
Thank you, Didi. And one more point. I think it was the first time I have been participating with the tech team, but it was a very smooth experience. We have been working uh, in a very connected way. So if someone was connecting with me for getting the registration link or some screen sharing issues there, and then I was able to connect with the respective team member and was able to support them. Yeah, so I learned a lot from the tech team as well. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. We can go to Akash.
Rajul Bhaiya, namaste.
Namaste, Ganesh ji. Namaste.
We are left with 5 minutes.
Then I think Ganesh ji, फिर आपका कुछ वो बता दीजिए. We'll continue. If people are able to continue, we'll continue it. Otherwise, we'll stop at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So from my side, I feel that it was very successful, and as Ilaji mentioned, it is something which we have to continue, working on rather than trying to, intensify it from time to time. So, good kind of observation regarding our success as well as our concerns. The only thing is that I want to put in place that the extra burden that the moderation team had to take because of some, kind of problem that was there. So I had to request Ji and Manishi ji, the old moderation team, to take the responsibility on an urgency basis and conduct the whole conference on the basis of what was being done in 2024. So they took the request and they did it very well. And I also request them that this team has to be prepared throughout the year. All those who were there in this year conference, they keep them there unless they have some very specific reason to leave, and the new ones can be slowly kind of inducted and trained or oriented. So that was one thing I to say. The second thing is that about this sharing thing, that was also having a lot of trouble. So this time we have proposed that by the time of national conference, we should be able to finalize all the individual sharings as well as the institutional sharings. And their presentations we can listen, and respond during this national conference. And that would be the final. So we have enough time to sharpen them, reorganize them and all that. So these are two cases where there was problem, and we made a very emergency call to the respective responsible volunteers, and they took the challenge and they did it very well. So my appreciation for them. And as we said, we should be able to finalize majority of our plan by the time of the national conference, which is expected to be sometime in April or May. And then will have enough time to follow up with the participants and also the delegates from the outside India. So this is from my side. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ganeshji. We still have a few points that are remaining, and we are already at 1 o'clock. So I think we'll
yeah, you can continue.
Formally close in a sense. I missed the last line about Upasana ji and Manishi ji before we went to the left side. So if we have this one to stop, I mean to continue for another 15 to 20 minutes, we can continue. Otherwise, we can stop over here. So I'll be here for the next 20 minutes or so. So we can continue this meeting. Before we go back to the left side, we'll request Upasana ji and Manishi ji for the anchoring part. Anchoring is a very important part where the sort of sutradhar, sort of the storyteller, and we have a very rich story to tell, and that what we are saying has to connect from one end of the conference to the other end of the conference.
Bhaiya?
So that part, I think.
Bhaiya?
Ji.
I don't know why I am seeing Amrish Bhaiya's screen. All right.
What is that?
Two screens were being shared. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. Is it still being shared?
My video is off. I don't know where this video is coming from.
Yeah,
Maybe
Amrish
somebody
Bhaiya,
else.
your video is on and the screen is being shared. So that's why the problem happened.
It's still happening like that?
Yeah, video is getting displayed.
Yeah, right now there's somebody else's video. There
No,
are two
this is
screen
Amrish Bhaiya
shares.
only. Amrish Bhaiya only.
Okay.
As a host, maybe you can look into it.
Yeah. Is it still coming like that?
Yes.
Yeah, there are two screens being shared, no? That's why. Maybe he's not able to realize it. So if you can do something as a host.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah, better. Yes, fine.
Okay. Yeah. So we can continue if we can continue for the next 20 minutes or so, we'll go to Upasana ji and Manishi ji on anchoring. Yes. Upasana ji, Manishi ji.
Manishi ji is not going to be talking, but Upasana Didi was going to present.
Manishi ji is in the hospital.
Yeah. So Upasana ji is.
Yeah. Yes, Upasana ji.
Ji, namaste bhaiya. So, namaste to all. I should say we were not able to perform as leaders for this group, which was meant for moderation. So many constraints were being felt initially in this part, and we tried our best in limited time as well as with limited availability of volunteers. We can do it, but somehow we were failed in means taking lead for this, for orienting next line of moderators. So I should say we can do it as volunteer in real time, but as leader we were not very much successful. But fortunately we got very means many names personally in my contact list, other than means those who are involved in groups. So now personal connect we felt with all those with whom we had taken part in various rehearsals. So in future, probably means many possibilities will emerge to help them for this moderation purpose. Yes, as it was expected, means a complete view that was desirable from starting up to end, to see the whole conference aligned with a particular objective, as well as keeping all the sessions unitedly uh, with help of a means connected moderation or thread, in form of a thread, all the moderation that was required. So for that, I think a constant orientation as well as rehearsal or means practice that is desirable. So we can plan this further for next conference. But it was good to connect with few new people. One more thing I should say, as concluding action, we had taken two responsibilities. One is preparing repository of brief profile. So that is almost towards end. So that I completed. This is around 34 page, means with the no line gap. So this is a big repository we prepared. This is means very small, very brief introduction of every stakeholder with whosoever is participated in any of the capacity. So that is there. So that I'm going to share by today evening. And one more thing, that is SOP also we are trying to prepare, so that further for moderation and anchoring also some standard procedure that will be available in next conferences with us. Otherwise, the whole experience was really very good. So having all of you um, at one place at the venue in SRM, that was really motivating for next 1 year. I'll feel motivated and I'll wait for next international conference again at some other place. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Nice, Upasana ji. At a runtime, the moderation or the anchoring went very well. So you were able to do what was expected at runtime, and as you are committing to prepare more anchors for the future, that would be very helpful for the future. So, and you are collecting this repository, that is also very nice. Thank you. Ji Ganesh ji.
I consider that this moderation, and I keep calling it as Sutradhar. Sutradhar means the one who holds the thread of the whole event, the whole activity. So the Sutradhar has to have clarity about the purpose of the conference, the process of the conference, the participants, and the possible outcomes. So all that the Sutradhar has to have the idea of, and then he can place the sessions and the speakers and the outcomes. All that ultimately the Sutradhar has to run the whole thing through. So I still feel that this team has to be real, kind of ready for this work. So they have to be really,
kind of be at the core of the whole event. So that is the kind of expectation we have from the Sutradhar team. Yeah. And I feel that Upasna ji and Manishi ji can take this responsibility and fulfill it, and they can slowly prepare the team. So as she said, there are many people who are interested now. So we have one full year to prepare them, train them, orient them. So let's do that. Yeah.
Ji sir. Ji sir, thank you for this assurance, and certainly we'll try our best to means orient or help others for this work. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Ganeshi. Thank you, Upasna ji. Ji, so coming back to the left side, Akash.
जी नमस्ते सर
He was
नमस्ते
all
everyone
rounder. Akash was all rounder. Tech team maybe, and he was in many places. Yes, Akash.
yes sir so I will try to put in brief about tech team as well as promotion. So in term of promotion we have used LinkedIn platform. So if we see the data of registration, so we get 79 registration from LinkedIn, and in our LinkedIn platform we are having 251 followers, in which we are having 12 plus followers from foreign delegates, and we have 34,000 plus impressions of our LinkedIn post, 1200 plus post reactions, and 80 plus comments and 50 plus repost. Initially when we started the LinkedIn post, so alternate day we used to post, but with the meantime we started one or more post on each day. And in the term of closing action over LinkedIn, so I have posted all the YouTube playlist and shared the group photograph of closing sessions and all those sessions. Along with that, share the data how many participants have joined in each panel and the other places. In term of commitment for promotion, so we will try to utilize all major social media platforms in order to reach more relevant audience. And if more volunteers we are getting, then definitely we can have a better plan how to reach a larger audience, and that we can discuss with our senior mentor, and we can do it now onwards, so that in the upcoming conference we can have a good number of volunteers from LinkedIn platforms as well. So this is all about promotions. So I would like to continue the tech part. So in the tech part, we lead volunteer was Rathod Bhaiya for software, and hardware Aditya Bhaiya. So this time Zoom setup become more convenient because of the planning made by Anil Bhaiya and support provided by all team members, lead volunteers in providing their team members data. So we were able to train all the panelists how to join the conference. So that was a smooth experience. So that in the runtime we don't have any issue. We didn't face any issue in the runtime. In the term of production studio training, so we were able to train 25 volunteers for running the production studio, and they were able to run during the rehearsal and during the main conference. But due to system configuration, during the main conference, 22 actively participated for running the production studio, among which 15 were available at the broadcasting center SRMIST, and three volunteers were from SRMIST Ghaziabad itself. And for each session it was very nice to have mm, means one volunteer for each session, so all session runs very smoothly, and every individual were able to make their YouTube live as well. So this time we don't have any problem in doing the YouTube live, because some configurations were made by Aditya Bhaiya. So all uh, all volunteers were able to make YouTube live of their own rooms. And I can say now we are having a good number of committed volunteers with us and we are having 10 YouTube moderators as well. So for YouTube moderators, we have Ajay Bhaiya and Revati Didi as lead volunteers. Concern if I talk for the tech team, so this time in on day 0 we started preparation from afternoon because we were quite relaxed, but in the future we will start it from the morning for the physical location. And also we will provide less alternate host, because if host side went and the tech member was unable to run the production studio, so that we will take care. And also we missed uh, in the night session 1 2 rooms production studio setup, so this time we will review the setup earlier also. And we will try to have the room keys with us so that there will be no issue. And also Jagdish Bhaiya was mentioning regarding the voice of the keynote session. So that voice was not coming properly because of the echo, because the room was, means the hall was vacant. So we will take care of these things. So these were the major concern that I'm able to see. And for the closing action, so we are able to release all the certificates with the help of Devis Bhaiya, Tara Bhaiya, Anil Bhaiya as of now. And if any corrections is coming, then Devis Bhaiya is correcting that. And currently we are working on preparing the SOP of the tech team. In terms of commitment, so since now we are having a good number of production studio volunteers, so now we will try to train them all the setups of Zoom event, so that in the upcoming conference we will be able to do the setup by our own self, and Anil Bhaiya will be able to take other responsibilities. So that is a better thing. So these are the plannings from tech team. Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice, Akash. Very crisp and relevant summary of what happened and what your commitments are. Very nice. Akash was an all-rounder, and he was. We could rely on him day and night. Did you sleep? Did you sleep much, Akash?
Yes, sir. Around 4 to 5 hours, I can say.
Nice. And you were able to bring your roommate also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was also very bonus for us.
Yes, sir.
And he also participated in the, uh, you can float
Production
some
studio.
pictures of the tech room, how people were, you know, they had a nice, relaxed time also over there. So
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, Akash. Nice. Okay. Next, we can go to the organizing partners, Supraja ji, Gaurav Mishra ji, and the local host. Uh, this time we did miss, last time we missed Chairman AICT's presentation because of the time kind of thing. And this time I think we missed, like that was a big miss of uh, announcing about uh, the partner host at Chennai as much as we should have done. Although in the tech team, we did take care of making sure that their video is there, but in the announcements, we missed that part. So let's go to Supraja ji and Gaurav Mishra ji and Gopal Babu ji if he's there. Mahesh Gupta ji is not there right now, I can see. So Supraja ji is there, I think. Yeah.
So yeah, for organizing partners, the initial team was really good. They are very much helpful. And that Ilaji's idea of having a regional spock is very helpful. So that was a good, so that we can able to connect with at least this 35 organizing partners is a good count. And as our closing, already this thank you note has been sent from the emailing part. So now we can invite the partners to understand what is their learning and suggestion and reflections and how we can follow up. And we need to identify some long-term collaborations who are ready to come forward for long-term collaborations with us. And specifically, I could see this organizing partners there are some volunteer who is working, who is very sincere, committed, and because of them, only they can able to talk to their higher ups and make them understand. Because at least I can see for our own region, the higher up is not involved. What they even have much idea about it. Only the volunteers have taken effort to get all these permission and be the organizing partners. So these organizing partners are again like one or two FDPs they have conducted, one introductory or majorly UHV2. Uh, and they would have implemented this UHV2 in their curriculum. But other than that, what to do, how to go about it, what is our expectations, this has not been clearly given no to them. So when we were asking about their impacts, case studies, or trying to uh, give their presentation, actually they are not sure about what to do, kind of thing. So maybe we can now, as you all telling that it's a year long, we can help them, at least these organizing partners and nodal centers, we can help them to understand what they can do in their own universities or colleges, and how to present it in a no structured way. So that handling is quite important. Before we expect something from them, it's our end also, we can help them what they need to do, because they might not have some clue what is the expectations from their end. And those volunteers who are committed to take it to the university wide, their clarity, understanding, and their what they require, that we can listen and help them, so that the natural commitment and participation will happen. So this, we think, connecting with those volunteers and helping them, strengthening through that, that university can be reached, because ultimately inside that university, that volunteer participation is the core, is what I personally felt by.
Yeah, very true. These are very important points. And we could have more meetings with the organizing partner, small meetings, which uh, could have been done, but it's okay. Now we can do what you're saying, what are important points, both at the level of the organizing partners, but more importantly at the level of the nodal centers. And of course, it is the volunteers, it is your conference, it is our conference. So it'll happen only through that individual volunteers, individual, uh, where we are able to connect to them and they are able to connect to the purpose. So that is, of course, very important. So we'll have this meeting and then maybe one or more meetings, and then continue throughout the year with hand holding at least the nodal centers, if not the other organizing partners also. And soon all these organizing partners, if they're not already nodal centers, they will be motivated to be nodal centers in the next round. So the nodal center uh, label that has, or the recognition that has been given is for 2 years. So after that, they can, or every year it will be renewed for the next 2 years. So like that, we can certainly handhold the organizing partners as well as the nodal centers. In the UC meetings that are already taking place and the RC meetings that are already taking place, this point should be discussed, so that it's not the event of the conference that is important, but the process of being connected and connected to the content is important. So through this event also, these things should happen, and we can see that much of it has happened. And wherever there are gaps, we need to certainly work on those. Nice. Nice. The hosting by the SRM Ghaziabad was really outstanding. We felt so much at home over there, and it was really a very good experience. Very, very good experience. So you can convey the thanks to Mahesh Gupta ji and others who are there. Yeah. Okay. Yashwant Patil ji is here, or Revati ji? No. Okay. Revati Deshpande ji is there, but I think it was Revati who was there in the YouTube moderation. Okay, now.
Revati.
Eh?
Revati Raut Didi.
Yes, correct. Okay, so then we can go to proceedings. So Nandaji is not here right now, but they have a big task to do, and we can all help them to uh, work on it. I've suggested that we use AI to the minimum extent that we can, because it makes so many changes, So it's always useful to have a structure through AI, but otherwise it is probably much better to do it manually only, using human intelligence instead of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, right now that is the plan.
Yeah.
So they're compiling all the different work, they're collecting all the work.
Yeah.
The team is enlarged. I mean, there were only 3 of them first. Sunanda Didi, Kirandeep Didi, and Lalita Didi. Now they have 10 more members in the team, and they've already started work very well. And they're compiling all the work right now. They're just collecting and compiling work. Gradually, they're also going through the reading and then standardizing and formatting, and all that will happen. So right now they're very much in the beginning stage, but they also hope that they'll be able to finish in another month.
Yeah. One good thing that has happened this time is that we already have a playlist for the conference recordings that are the live recordings. And Prajita ji is here. You can tell about what you're planning to do for the recordings of the conference.
Namaste, Priya.
Namaste.
We were as he had instructed, we were just finding out how we can do it online, like live online editing. But we find a lot of risk in that, and not a lot of editors are possible there. So now we are decided to like have the editing team only do the regular kind of editing that we keep doing with the conference. Priya. That is what we have decided. So now we have to initiate that here.
Yeah, then in that case, we'll have separate meeting about it so that we can discuss how much of fineness we have to do the editing. The rough editing can be done on YouTube itself. So if we can, we'll discuss that. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Then before we go back to Ganeshi, Ilaji and Ishraji, if you want to mention something, we can, close with Ganeshji's guidance. But before that, Ilaji, Ishraji, want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the team overall, if we look at the result, it is very good. There is no doubt about it. But I felt that wherever, this was my personal experience, wherever we spent more time on discussion and planning, there was a better understanding about the work part, as well as we were able to spend time with each other, discussing personal sides also, professional and personal family. There, the understanding became better. And wherever we were hushing and rushing, I felt that somebody or the other, we were in disharmony. And I felt that we failed to understand each other also. And as far as the work was concerned, of course it was done, but would not have been done to the satisfaction. So I felt that doing it slowly, giving more time was important. That was one thing. Second thing was that participation has to be, it's like any sports also. We require regular practice and participation. So even if somebody misses 2 meetings, consecutive meetings, is lost, doesn't know what's going on. So I felt that regularity, attending meetings, participating in the meetings, holding meetings, having discussions with the teams. I'm talking about the process. I think those things are very important. And that's what I personally felt. But of course, if I look at overall, there is a lot of personal gain, a lot of things that we learned as far as skill is concerned, and also as far as handling the situations, the way we were communicating, the feelings that we were having. We were aware wherever feelings were not correct, and that was disturbing also, and we wanted to be out of it. And so direct communication with the respective people has helped settle us within, and certainly we have been able to communicate to each other. So my overall experience is, as far as the product or the skill, there's a lot of learning. And also as far as relationship, learned a lot. And definitely there may have been many errors on my side also. I am not sure about all of it. But yes, on reflection, I can see where all I can also be helping others better and helping myself better. So I would prefer, if there is anything where I can improve, because my own sanskars, I'm also not able to see all. So wherever anybody can help, I think it will benefit me a lot. So I'm open to taking feedback from anybody and everybody. And but I've had a very good experience. I learned a lot from others. I was getting inspired by many mentors, of course, but even from volunteers, a lot of things that I learned from each other. So I just wanted to thank everyone, and especially I would like to thank mentorship of Ganesh Bhaiya. I always long to hear his words, and somehow, because of his simple way of explaining, that it really helps me a lot. And the entire conference, the vision that Rajul Bhaiya had, I don't think that was possible for us to achieve all this without his meticulous planning, the organizing skills, the eye for perfection, the long vision of it's a very far vision, and I really appreciate that. I also appreciate, I worked very closely with Kumar Bhaiya and Rajul Bhaiya. Also learned lots from Kumar Bhaiya also. So I just wanted to say this. And of course, from everyone, there is so much that I was absorbing. Time was less, I would say, because we all were working we were all very engaged in the last month, especially where most of it happened. So I wish all this was happening in a spaced out, relaxed way. That's all that I would like to say. there would be more learnings, definitely. So looking forward to, because everybody has been saying now that we can do so much in the full year. So I think this feeling that I'm having is a common feeling now, and all of us are geared up to work better for the future, not only conference, but for connectivity with the human being all over, wherever. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ilaji. Ishratji, very briefly, and then request Ganeshji to close the meeting. Yeah.
Two things. First thing is the tech team was performing very well, and because of their support, this whole conference was possible. Because even now, whenever any error or anything we receive, promptly they respond. So they're always on the toes, and that's very cannot be expressed in words. And I'm not so eloquent like Hila Didi to express things, but my overall summary I can say is yourself and Hila Didi were because it's a lunchtime with respect to it, you were telling what should be the ingredients for the recipe. And each of the teams were presenting the recipes in a well mannered. And my role was minimal to check whether the dish was okay or not and add up some spices. That's it. So I think it was more, everyone was involved and everyone was efficiently could deliver this conference. Thank you.
Yeah, so we could have a nice feast together.
No.
Okay, nice. Okay, so lastly, request Ganeshi, and as we have been doing in the past, we can take a nice picture of everyone. So I'd request Ganeshji for his closing remarks, and I request everyone to turn on their video so we can take a nice picture. Ji Ganesh.
I've already made my observation, completing observation also.
Ji Ganesh.
So it's all very fine. Lot of commitments from the people for the next conference.
Ji.
I could see that in the beginning there were around 70 volunteers who came, and I presume that they came with the commitment. So very good. I was told that some 90 people have given their response for commitment, so which is quite good. So we have some more, and with 100 people we can plan for the conference of 2026. And start this planning right from now. So lot of possibility I see. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Ajay Talwekar ji is there, so you can mention something, one line about the YouTube also while we are taking this picture. Yes, Akash, can you take the picture?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice. You are on the computer, I can see.
Yes, Rajul Bhaiya, it was a nice experience. YouTube moderation, I think there is a very vast scope of increasing the viewers. All of us are having our own social media account, and if we can just put those particular session links on the students group or our influence groups and ask them to attend particular session on YouTube. So in that way also we can increase the YouTube viewers. We can see this for next year.
Yes, so for next year you can, do the that part also. You can coordinate with um, Akash and others who are working on this social media. So it'll be nice. Yes, Hridya is there. Where is Hridya? Nidhi's daughter is there. Where is Jagdish Babu's daughter? She's not there, eh?
She's not here. She went to my mother's family.
Yes. Namaste, namaste. You have any feedback for the conference? कुछ बताना है? नहीं, हृदय is here. आ जाओ. एक फोटो.
I will participate next year.
Very nice. So you have 1 year to prepare for your participation. Yes. Okay, so Akash, you have taken picture.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So thank you all. We'll keep meeting. We are now meeting. Next meeting is at 3 o'clock. So Supraja, do you want to mention anything about that meeting?
Jiba, let's all go have our lunch and come back.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Namaste to all.
Namaste. Thank you all.
Namaste. Thank you.
जी नमस्ते नमस्ते सभी को नमस्ते नमस्ते
Namaste.